Well, if you've ever walked downtown and you've seen those beautiful murals all over buildings all across our city and wondered, how did they get here? Well, that's because you didn't watch our show or my five-part series on Art Republic, which is the group that brought us those murals and continues to do so. At the time, a couple years ago, there was about 30, and they've grown over the last couple years. But this year, 2020, Art Republic has big plans, and there's a lot more murals coming. So Alex sat down with Jessica Santiago with Art Republic to get all the details.
When you look through our history, you see that art has been used to cope and to heal during hard times. And I think if there's one thing that we all can agree on is that these last 5 months or so have been really difficult, whether you're talking about the COVID-19 pandemic or the social injustice that's going on. Art Republic is bringing 15 new murals to downtown Jacksonville, and they all have a tie to a Jacksonville native that is so vital to our culture here.
There's actually some going up right now, but all the way through October. It's a major public art project. It's unique because it's one of very few going on across the country right now.
Speaking of these times, I mean, this project almost didn't happen. So tell us a little bit about that and how COVID-19 has kind of thrown a wrench in your plans.
Yeah, so over the years, we've installed 47 murals and many events and exhibitions, but this was really the year that everything had been leading to from us starting Art Republic 5 years ago. So last November, we began studying the historical narratives. There's a lot of lost history. We have a very rich African-American history. We have so many world-renowned poets, writers, musicians that have come from Jacksonville that not a lot of the community or the world really know about. So our goal from the beginning of the year was to bring these narratives back to life through public art, through events and exhibitions. And after COVID hit from March to July, which is normally the heavy lifting time for us to get all of this planned, we were brought to a halt, as everyone was. But after we started really feeling and hearing what the global conversation is and how the conversation around inclusivity and diversity and social justice has been so brought to the forefront, and we are really going through a global movement, we knew that we already had this planned, that this is such an authentic contribution that Jacksonville can make, that we had to figure out a way to make it happen.
Definitely. Now, Jessica, you mentioned the culture of Jacksonville and wanting to kind of bring that back. This project is kind of named after, I guess, a Jacksonville native and a key person in that culture.
Definitely. So Lift Every Voice was an incredible hymn, a masterpiece work of art that was created by James Weldon Johnson that, again, not a lot of people know, came from Jacksonville, grew up here. He wrote the song as a poem. His brother they worked together to make it an incredible hymn. What was interesting was we had been looking at it, as celebrating one of Jacksonville's great masterpieces, and then it was just so fitting for the times. But another beautiful part about it is that it represents Jacksonville not only then, but so much today, because the idea of being able to use your voice to empower is still looked at as a very contemporary sentiment. That we have a community that's made up of, on average, our average age is 34. We have so many entrepreneurs. We have so many great civil rights leaders from our past, but great activists today. So I think it's just very synchronistic how it resembled us then. It reads 120 years ago. This was actually the 120-year anniversary of it, and it reflects exactly who this community is today.
So for anyone who wants to, go take a look at these murals, maybe the in-progress work as well, can they just head to your website to learn more?
Yep, definitely. Social media, we're posting updates all throughout the process. You can watch the murals go up. The one at the Jag Stadium is already well underway. And then some on Forsyth. But another really great avenue to see them is we work with Go Tuckin. They are our official mural sponsor. So they know all of the history. They know a lot of the narratives around the artist, and they give a fantastic tour. So we definitely highly encourage people to get out there, and they can see all of the other 47 that we've created over the past 5 years as well.